you doing? Justin here. Today we are checking out You Can't Always Get What You Want by the Rolling Stones. This is a beautiful, beautiful song in open E tuning. Now some of you may know I played in a Rolling Stones tribute band for about 5 years. Played this song pretty much every time we gigged, a few hundred times a year, and it's still one of my favourite ones to play. It's got such a nice feel, sounds really nice, but it's actually relatively easy to play. Now we're in open E tuning with a capo at the 8th fret. Okay, so open E tuning means that you tune the 5th string and the 4th string up a tone and the 3rd string up a semitone. Okay, so it's a fairly complicated tuning, and because you're tuning some of the strings up, you occasionally, if your strings are a bit old, you are at risk of breaking your strings. So I'll just give you that little precursor. Make sure that you've got a spare set before you go trying to get into open E tuning. So again, the 5th string is going up 1 tone, the 4th string is going up 1 tone, and the 3rd string is going up 1 semitone. One thing that's really important to know is that when you're doing a different tuning with a capo on, you need to put the capo on before you do the different tuning, okay? It doesn't hurt to maybe get it kind of roughly in tune without the capo, but the fine tuning, the capo definitely needs to be on, because the pressure of the capo against the fret will change the tuning a little bit. And the other thing with these kind of songs is I often find that they need a little bit of a tweak beyond what the tuner might say. So I got this in perfectly in tune as far as open E at the capo at the 8th fret, which the notes would be C, G, C, E, G, and C. So they're the notes. There'll be some extra information on the website about getting into this particular tuning, so open E tuning with the capo. And I'll give you the notes again though. So it's C, G, C, E, G, and C. Okay, so what I'd recommend is that you put your capo on there at the 8th fret, okay, and you're going to tune your 5th string, keep going up 1 tone until the tuner says that it's going to be a G note, okay? Then on the D string, you're going to tune that up a tone so that the tuner will tell you that it's a C note. And then on the G string, the 3rd string, you're going to tune that up a semitone so it reads E on the tuner, okay? Really important. You might find, like I said, that you need to tweak some of the strings just a little tiny bit to, because you really want it to sound like a lovely chord without any fingers on, okay? Really, that's the first really big deal with playing this song, okay? The actual part itself is relatively simple, okay? I'm going to give you a kind of a standard one because there are lots of variations through the song. I'm going to talk about a couple of the really obvious variations that you want to be aware of, especially if you're playing it in a band, just because it kind of affects the groove. But the actual shapes that you're playing are relatively simple, and if you know a little bit about 16th note rhythms and can count it or write it down, then you shouldn't find it particularly difficult. But getting the time feel right on this song is quite tricky. It's got a little bit of a shuffle on the song, which is very hard to pick up. I find it's okay to play it along with the original recording, but you know, was something I really had to concentrate when I was doing this song live with the Stones tribute thing, you know. So anyway, let's talk about the shapes that you need first of all. And the first chord shape, you need to put your first finger down in the 9th fret of the 3rd string and second finger down in the 10th fret of the 4th string, okay? Lovely sounding chord. And it's just used right at the beginning of the song, otherwise we're not really using this grip. It's just on the very intro. It's the last 2 16th notes of the bar, so if you think real slow, so 3E and a 4E and a 1. Okay, and on beat 1, we're putting just the second finger down on the 10th fret of the 4th string. And that's all we need for that first bar, and we're going 1, 2E and a 1 and 2E and a. Okay, so on, off, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. Okay, so 10th fret, off, up, down, 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 up, down, up. Okay, so all you're doing is putting that second finger on the 10th fret, that's it. The best thing to do when you're learning a pattern like that is either to listen to the original recording and play along a whole bunch of times, or write down the rhythm count and then practice it really slowly, making sure that you get your down and up in the right places. Now, it's 16th note strumming, so anything that's on a beat, like 1, 2, 3 or 4, or an and, is going to take a down strum, and all of the other ones, the E and the A, would take an up strum, okay? So the count, if I do it really slowly, the strumming pattern for that, the little intro bit and the first bar will be 2, 3 and a 4 E and a 1, 2 E and a 3 and 4 E and a, okay, 3 E and a 4 E, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, 2 E and a 3 and 4 E and a 3 and 4 E and a down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. And then the second chord we want is first finger down in the 9th fret of the 3rd string, second finger down on the 10th fret of the 5th string. Okay, this is changing what was a C chord into a kind of an F chord, okay? It's not exactly an F, but has that effect, okay? And on this one, we're going 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and, okay? So it's a little bit trickier. So we've got that chord down, we're going to go down, 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 up, down, then play the 5th string without the finger on, so lift off 2nd finger, then hammer that finger down again. Then we're going to play the middle 2 strings, which will be a down pick, then the thicker string, which will also be a down pick. So that just that second bar, 1 and 2, a 3 and a 4 and, okay, 1 and 2 E and a 3 and a 4 and, okay, 1 and 2. You can see there I'm kind of changing it up a little bit, but that's exactly the kind of thing that Keith's doing on the original recording. So don't feel too pressured about playing it exactly right. I'm trying to give you an exactly right version, which is the first time he plays it through, but there are many, many variations as he goes through the original recording, okay? So the first thing you want to get down is just that basic pattern, okay? So again, I'll just do it a couple more times really super slowly. So 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, 2 E, a 3 and 4 E and a 1 and 2 E and a 3 and a 4 and 1, 2 E and a 3 and 4 E and a 1 and 2, a 3 and a 4 and 1, 2 E and a 3 and 4 E and a 1 and 2, a 3 and a 4 and okay, so as long as you're sticking with just the second finger on the first chord on the C, and first and second finger, it looks kind of like an E7 grip, I guess, if you remember your beginner E7 chord. That's the shape that you use to get the F chord. Now the main variations that happen in the verse is putting down that F chord happens on the and after one in the verses. So you end up with instead of doing the, which does happen sometimes, he changes the rhythm to 1 and 2 E and 3 and 4 E and up. Okay? Down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up at the end. 1 and 2 E and 3 and 4 E and up. 1 and 2 E and 3 and 4 E and up. Okay, again, I'll have these rhythm patterns written out on the website because it's definitely a lot easier to see a visual rhythm pattern if you can't hear it. Especially this sort of song, actually, it's tricky because you don't really hear the whole rhythm pattern consistently all the time, so it's very difficult to decide which one to do. But I do recommend learning a set rhythm pattern as a kind of a fallback, and then having a listen to the original one, see if you can pick out some other bits, or just experiment and play it your way is fine as well. I'm sure once you've learned this first part, that's the bit that makes people, oh, he's playing You Can't Always Get What You Want. It sounds great, you know, and it does sound very authentic this way compared to just using kind of regular chords. Now the other part that you need to learn is well, if you try sometimes you might just find you get what you need part. Now that requires, first of all, a bar at the 10th fret, so you're going to use first finger to cover the 10th fret, all of the strings. I always found it easier to put second finger down as well. If you're trying to get the whole chord, just even for me, the one finger I can do it, I have to really press hard, and using the second finger on top of first finger there just really helps be sure that all of the notes are going to ring out. So that's happening right on the beat. If you try sometimes. Okay, and then we've got this little 10th fret on the thickest string, open 5th string, hammering on the second finger in the 10th fret, and then playing the open 4th string. Okay, 1, 2, 3 and 4 E and is the count. 1, 2, 3 and 4 E and. Okay, I'm trying to think what finger I use. Maybe I use my first finger for the first note. 1, 2, 3 and then second finger for the hammer on, playing the 4th string, and then you're going to add first finger down into that same F chord shape that we've used before, and you strum that one on beat 1. So 1, 2, 3 and 4 E and 1, 2, 3 and a 4 and then you've just got this open 5th string again, hammer second finger down, open 4th string, open I mean with the capo, 8th fret, and then second fret going down, second finger going down in the 10th fret with the count 1, 2, 3 and a 4 and 1, 2, 3 and a 4 and then you're back into the riff. Okay, the bridge again, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4 E and 1, 2, 3 and a 4 and 1, 2. One more time through that rhythm. 1, 2, 3 and 4 E and 1, 2, 3 and a 4 and 1. You can get a little bit later on in the song as it kind of picks up and there's loads of things going on. It seems to move from having a bit of shuffle into a bit straighter and a lot more energetic. So to try and explain how to do that would be nearly impossible. So what I recommend is learning this as a basic framework. Okay, so learn exactly as the intro first of all. I'm going to run these by one more time again. So exactly like the intro. Then the verse with the slightly delayed F chord, they're putting the first and second fingers down, and the E and the up, down, up at right at the end of that F chord sequence. So that would be this. Okay, and then you've got that bridge part to learn the those little sections is enough to get you right the way through this tune. So to get any closer, you just have to use your ears, and I think that's a really essential thing for a song like this as well, because you're trying to pick up on that kind of interesting time feel, this sometimes a little bit swingy kind of thing. It's very Rolling Stones and kind of difficult to cop, you know, but well worth the effort, and I'm sure you'll get it if you start listening to, try and listen to the rhythm very carefully and playing along, you know, that idea of muting the strings up and just playing along with the original recording with the rhythm only is a really, really good exercise to try and cop those sorts of feels. So really hope you enjoy playing this tune. Remember, I'll put some notes about these rhythm patterns and about getting yourself into this open E tuning. I'll put some notes up on the website, so go and check the link in the description. Please subscribe if you dig what I do, and I'll see you over the website for over 1,000 free lessons now. So you take care of yourselves. See you soon. Bye-bye.